Hey YouTube, welcome back to the channel. Watch the rest of this video as we do a side skirt installation on the Infraction. Hey, what's up YouTube? So we're just gonna do a little bit of updating on the Infraction success here. The last time that we left off, I did a little bit of modifications. As you can see here, I painted my velocity stacks here. So I have like a metallic silver as the base of the velocity stack, or the part of the block here. And then I painted my velocity stacks a chrome metallic silver. So this is what it currently looks like right now. The wing I also painted so that it is, well, I made some cuts here. So I made it a little bit shorter so it doesn't have as much drag. And then I repainted it a satin flat black. So again, I only painted on the outside, so any rocks or debris that gets caught on the downforce here doesn't chip any of the paint. So it's probably a good tip to just paint the outside of the wing, so anything that hits here, you won't see any rock chips, and you won't have to be constantly touching up with paint. So this is what we're gonna do today. We're gonna do a little bit of painting on the we're gonna be installing the side plates that I've ordered off of eBay, and it took a while for them to come in, but I really like the color. It's black with red. Let me get those out for you. So I ordered all my carbon fiber pieces from Brazil, the Brazilian seller on eBay. As well as these side plates. I really like the side plates because of the detail that goes into this. It has the Arrma logo here, along with Infraction all in red, as well as this "Don't Just Bash, Blast" as their theme. So I really like these. These are aluminum. There are other sellers in the US that I could have got a little bit quicker. These actually took like 2.5 weeks to get in, but to me, they're really worth it. I mean, if you're gonna put something on your vehicle and spend your money on something, you want to get the best that you can, and I think these are really high quality parts. There are some American sellers out there selling them, but they're just, to me, those look like pieces that are quickly put together. It's just my opinion, but they're just plain aluminum pieces. Nothing fancy or anything, but these are powder coated. And with the detail, the red inlay here and the logo and the wording here, it just makes it a lot nicer. So we'll be putting these on today. And I'll show you the other pieces that I've got if you haven't seen them yet. So we'll take off this body, put it outside. So as you know, I do have these pieces on here. So I have my carbon fiber pieces also from the Brazilian seller on eBay. So it's these pieces here. So I got the front wheel well covers as well as the rear wheel well covers in the back here. So these are the rear wheel covers. And I kind of thought that the Infraction needed it because every time I would bash, there'd be a lot of dust and debris on the inside of the chassis. So we'll start with the install by removing some of these screws here. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 screws that I have to take off. So let's start doing that now. And I'll temporarily put them here. Well, actually, let me put this. I have like a little holder so I don't lose any of my screws. I hope to get, I did order, you guys, a stand, and the stand will hopefully, I'm pretty sure it helped with putting the chassis of my RCs up in the air so that I could freely work on it. But I have that on order from eBay. But right now, I'm just working on my mat here, propping it up on any boxes that I have just to see if that'll help any. So basically we got that separated. Let me loosen up one more piece here on the carbon fiber rear section. Okay, put that there. And then from the looks of it, it should fit in between. Yep, right there. So you can pop off this piece just like that. So we have this piece off. It's basically just like a piece of rubber. And then we'll slide this piece in here, put this back in. Let's see if this might be easier. Oh, and the other section, that's the other side. So it's a simple install, guys. Just need your driver set and to remove the screws. So I'll put it here. This will go here. Maybe you don't even need that piece. Yeah, basically just goes on like that. We don't even need that rubber piece or section anymore, because it looks like it's flush just as is. If we were to put this back on, or even if we were to put this on, let me see something here. There are no instructions on the plate itself, so let me see what would be the best method of putting this on. So we can actually do it with the rubber section on too. And it doesn't cause any interference. So you know what? I think I'm gonna do it like that. I'm gonna leave that rubber section in there, and that'll create at least a buffer from scratching. I'll put some of my screws here so it'll be easier to grab. So it's all trial and error to see how things fits. I mean, even like this skin, there's like a video on the on YouTube on how to install it, but you know, because of this front section here, and because this was actually made for not only for the Infraction but as well as the Limitless, there is some trial and error on putting it on, because the section here, actually I had to cut it so I don't lose part of the lower jaw. So I mean, you would lose the effect of the skin if you were to cut this part off. So this is trial and error, but this seems to be the way to put it on. Having that rubber piece will actually add as a buffer. Okay. Let me see here. I think I have one screw that's not the correct one. So we have one short and one long. Double check all my screws. That looks good. Okay, and you don't want to torque them down when you're putting in screws here. You want to get them so that they're cinched down, and then the rest by hand. So that way you don't strip anything. You just want to make sure it's in there with your driver, and then you can tighten down everything by hand. Okay, so just like that, gang, simple. Simple and easy. Let me loosen this one. I think this is a little bit too tight. Okay. So tight is tight, tight is right. So this is halfway of it done. So that's what it looks like. There, that's halfway done. So we'll start on the other side. So again, we'll get our screws loose. And we'll put these on. And then at this time of recording, this past week, if you don't know, and for those that have the felony, tires were available for the rears. So I know finding tires for the rear had been difficult. So if you have a felony, the silvers have been out of stock, but I was able to order white tires, so I ordered 2 pairs. So hopefully they still have it online. I was able to get it off Arrma, and hopefully they still have them in stock. So if you guys need tires, rear tires, get them. I think they've been going at ridiculous prices, up to $100. So I've seen the tires as expensive as $100 just for 2 for the rear tires on eBay for felony rear tires, rear hoons in silver, which is ridiculous. I mean, they're actually only like $40, something like that. So if you still want to get white ones, or if you need rear tires, get them now before they sell out, because I think the next time that they're going to be available won't be until late October again. So let me put this around so I don't have to reach far across. So I ordered 2 pairs, and on the forums too, they were saying that the Traxxas X01 tires will fit too, because they have a similar diameter and width as these, not these, but the felony rear tires. The only problem is that the rims won't match, but that's another option. But they are kind of expensive too, brand new. And that's without markup. It's just basically, that's how much they cost. So get them on Arrma now. At the time of this recording, they were available in white. They won't last as long, but at least you'll have tires to use. Unfortunately, GRP, who make substitute tires for the Infraction, this car, which I do have, They won't be making them yet for the felony. They don't have production runs for that yet. So we're just about done, guys. We got this almost tightened down. And we'll see how it looks right after this. And hopefully on our next bashing session we'll see how clean it keeps the interior chassis. I'm just checking all these screws, making sure they're snugged down. So that looks like the way to go. Keep the rubber insulator or that rubber piece in place, and then just put this right on top of it. And it doesn't seem to cause any clearance issues. It's basically still flat here, right? Yep, still flat here. So that's it, guys. That's the my chassis. Underneath the chassis here, completed. Basically wheel well covers here in carbon fiber, and my side plates in this nice aluminum, and then I have my chassis skin. I don't expect this to last too long, but at least it'll protect a little bit of the chassis from scratches. But I primarily got this just for looks. Basically I just like the look of this on the bottom of my Infraction in silver because it does match the body. As you can see here, I did put some titanium button heads on my Infraction, so if it does scrape, I can get some sparks. I think Kevin Talbot was saying that one of the issues with the stock screws was that if you run on some areas that are uneven and these screws do catch, they might have a tendency to pull off the front splitter. But he was countersinking them and putting screws, and he never had any more issues with the front splitter coming off. But I'm okay with it because if I haven't had any problems with it scraping on the bottom. As you can see that it's pretty much clear. If it's going to hit the front area, and I'd rather have this rip off than be securely, held on by the chassis here. So I'd rather damage the front splitter and have it come ripping off like it did on my felony than being heavily secured and maybe damaging the front part of my front section of the Infraction. So this is the look, guys. This is how it's gonna look. We'll see on a test run if there's any problems with under the body heat, because this is kind of like cutting off some of the air that does get into the chassis. But I mean, there's still air that can come through here. It's not completely closed off. There is some air. It's just not as much. So that's probably why they might have had these cuts here, the relief cuts here on the bottom, just to have more air, a little bit more air to come in. But it just adds so much more to the look now. So if I were to put the chassis back on, the body back on, let's take a look with it with the body back on. This is now how it sits, and I can see it does come out here, and you see the detail. The detail does pay off. So those little things that you don't see on other side plates, you'll see here. So as you can see, because it does stick out a little bit, it has this Infraction here. So it's kind of nice. It's a nice, perfect way for this body to sit on top of the side plate here. So really happy with this again. Fit and finish. I can't say enough about that seller on eBay. You can get them for $42. Yes, they are costly. Yes, you do have to wait for it, but I guess he makes it per order. So I mean, anything that's made to order or that takes a long time, or at least a little bit of weight, a reasonable weight for, is worth getting if it comes out like this. So really happy with the look of this Infraction. So I really like the velocity stacks I put up here. I was thinking of putting on the turbo, but with this body style, because it is kind of retro, new age, I think the velocity stacks matches a little bit better, in my opinion, than the turbos. But that's the Infraction. So stay tuned, guys, for more. We do have more things to put on. I did order the GCRC cooling fan for the motor, and we're going to see how that is. I'm thinking of possibly going with a Mach 6 ESC in here. I heard that there's some problems with overheating of the ESC with the big pinion. I haven't gone with the big pinion yet, but because I do have my Felony, I'm thinking of using this as my speed vehicle and my Felony as my drifter. So I do have a GCRC fan for my Felony coming in too. So I'll be putting a red one in here. No, actually, I'll be putting the white fan, colored fan in here, and then I'll put the red fan in the Arrma Felony. So that's it, guys. That's the short video for today. Hope you like it. Put in your comments and everything. Hope you like the side plates that I put on. Again, you can get them off eBay for $42. You can make an offer and see if you'll take anything a little bit cheaper. And that's it. So stay tuned to the channel. We got more to come, and more videos for you to watch. All right, guys. See you soon. Bye.